Hello, and welcome to Tax Benefits. I'm Marci.
And I'm Katelynn.
And I definitely just forgot how this intro goes, which is why I paused in the middle.
This is our podcast where we share our trash sense of humor, and Avonlea left us to go do homework.
Mm-hmm.
So, quality drop right there.
Yep. Also, my voice is still like this, so...
She's a froggy.
Frog.
All right.
Let's get through the rest of our Tumblr backlog.
Yep, we got some Tumblrs left. All right, next. Well, first post.
Yes, and it's from you because I don't know this blog.
Okay, so you get to...
I don't actually know how John Mulaney talks is the issue.
You've not listened to John Mulaney?
Only thing I can think of is Salt and Pepper Diner.
Oh, man, we should pull up some John... Even,
anyway,
Avonlea's listened to John Mulaney.
The way John Mulaney speaks is the vocalized... She says she has not.
Yes, you have, because you're watching John Mulaney with your brother Brian, and he made a joke about teachers being hungover, and you didn't get it. She says she doesn't remember it, but she was here.
Anyway, it says the way John Mulaney speaks is the vocalized version of when you capitalize every word like this, but I don't know how to say it because I don't know how he talks.
The way John Mulaney speaks is the vocalized version of when you capitalize every word like this.
There's a Homestuck troll that talks like that. Only, yeah, that's all. Next post. Probably also for me.
Maybe.
I found my lost cat thanks to Doctor Who. She's laughing. It's definitely for me. Today, I finally found my lost cat. I freaking love this dickhead. After he escaped the house 3 days ago. Little bit of backstory. My cat always sleeps by my side, and I have a habit of watching a few episodes of Doctor Who before sleeping. Because of that, my cat runs to my bed as soon as he hears the TARDIS sound because it's a sign to go to sleep for him. He never leaves the house, but 3 days ago I couldn't find him anywhere, and I figured out he somehow escaped. I started to search for him and spent a lot of hours outside calling his name, but I never found him. Today I went to bed and started my daily episode, and when the TARDIS sound came up, I felt really sad about it, then had a great idea. At 1 a.m., I grabbed my phone, ran to my car, connected the phone, and played a video of the TARDIS sound so loud I probably woke everyone in the area up. That's awesome. After driving around for a little, still blasting the sound, I really saw my freaking idiot cat running towards my car. It was about 1 kilometer away from my house, and he was so freaking happy to hear the sound and see me. So now, here I am, watching Doctor Who with my cat by my side again. TLDR, cat ran away. 3 days later, I found him by blasting the TARDIS sound in my car at 1 a.m. I have lots of thoughts about this. Is that the end of the post? Or
that's the end of it.
The good doc saves the day. Okay, so some of the thoughts I have about this is if the TARDIS ever comes, your cat is going to be a companion for sure. There was a second thought, and I can't remember the second thought. What?
We'll never have a chance to make our Tumblr presentable.
And my third thought was today I read an article. It was an opinion article that we should all start walking our cats. And I was like, I've tried.
I was going to say, you've tried.
I mean, what they were actually going for is cats deserve an hour or so of supervised outdoor play every day. And if you have to put them on a leash to make that work, then put them on a leash to make that work. But, yeah, that's all.
There we go.
All right, next post.
Okay.
Always a Beautiful Life. This might be for you because that sounds familiar to me.
No, that's the Catholic Tumblr.
Okay, I lied.
Yeah, this is the one where I tried to describe it to you and you didn't understand.
What was Pierce Brosnan's first James Bond movie? GoldenEye, In Your Face.
So, maybe this one's more visual than I thought, but the kid's handicapped. So he's... Gosh dang, this one's more advanceable than I thought. He actually won, but he wasn't able to vocalize it.
Aww.
You gotta keep reading.
I'm sorry, I'm laughing at you specifically right now.
Why?
Angela?
Oh, shut up!
her D&D character is mute right now and has to write everything down, and we've been doing this to her.
Marci keeps saying right now as if Michael's gonna let that stop being a thing.
You might eventually have some sort of better way around it than having to write everything, though.
He's gonna kill off my character and make me start over.
Okay, perhaps this isn't the most inclusive trivia experience. How to level this playing field. And now they're playing movie trivia. Michael Myers' mask was based on the face of what famous actor?
So now they've got, dang it, this is so visual.
Now they're both having to type it looks like.
Yeah, they're both having to type it.
Anyway, it says it's worth noting that Kenneth spent the entire episode making the game and the subsequent fight. What?
Keep reading.
As inclusive as possible for JJ and his disabled friends, all of whom were played by disabled actors/actresses. That's cool. Can we play? And it's a group of other people who are also disabled. He says, let's see. Visual impairment, hearing impairment, Down syndrome, autism, and a walker. How to make this game fair for these beautiful kids. Well, everyone has a laser and a letterboard. Aiden, your letterboard is extra large so you can read it. We'll present all questions orally and visually, so hearing won't be an issue. Bonus number 2, of course I had to show the best part. You want to go? Whoa, no. Okay, guys, listen, this is a game, not a brawl. Maybe we want a brawl. I know I do. It's scrolling very slowly.
Yeah, I hear my computer churning.
He goes, what accommodations can I devise to allow these gorgeous youths an equal opportunity death match? See, that's where that comes from.
Yeah, when I talk about my equal opportunity death matches.
All right, well, that was that.
Not as great as I thought it would be.
And now we've got another from Jello Apocalypse.
Shut your face, Marceline. You won't have to deal. Shut up your face! I don't look at the reblogger.
And it's a video.
Now the computer has its time to shine. Maybe. Maybe, if it loads.
You've seen Westworld, right? No, I haven't. I need to, though. I hear it's really good. I just haven't been in the right mindset, you know? I've been watching BoJack Horseman. Oh, I hear that's good. I need to watch that. My comedy show right now is The Good Place. I never got into that one, but I hear good. Need to. Parks and Rec? No, hear good, but need watch. Game of Thrones? Never the episode need good. Breaking Bad? Hear that bad good, but need a mindset. Watch The Wire? You haven't seen it? Need to watch. I hear that, but stand up for don't watch stand up kind. Not big into, but hear good, so maybe need to watch good. Watch, but no, so need to good since hear most mindset. John Mulaney. Love that guy. The Lobster sketch? So good. Oh, you've seen Westworld, right?
That's...
I feel that. It's captioned, I hear that's good, and am I having a stroke?
See, we don't have that conversation anymore, because I'm just like, you will watch this, because I will watch this in the living room when you're home. There, now you're watching it.
All right, new one.
Is this for me?
No, I don't follow this person.
I don't know who that is.
You've reblogged from them 4 or 5 times in the ones we've done tonight, so. It says,
okay.
You, Anonymous asked, you can't effing stop me from going on and on. Person answered, and it's a screenshot of the slider for allow anonymous questions on, and then a second one with it off. So clearly they can.
Okay.
Is this one for me? New
Yes.
post. A short list of shenanigans my parents' dog has engaged in. This is Arwin. She's a husky/kelpie mix and a little asshole. Oh, look at her. I've never heard of a kelpie in the sense of a dog before. I wonder if she can jump, my dad asks the first 5 minutes we have her. She perks up at the word and clears a 6-foot fence from sitting on the ground. Oh, says Dad. Crap. Later that night, she got up on the counter and ate 3 pounds of corned beef in roughly 68 seconds. But this was considered part of the learning curve of having a new dog. I wake up at 4 a.m. to the sound of the toilet being flushed repeatedly in the hall bathroom, and assume plumbing is now possessed by angry and wasteful ghosts. I get up to disconnect it, and find her in the bathroom, standing to flush the bowl, then shoving her head in to drink the running water. I'm not totally awake, so I stand there like an idiot trying to understand this. Me. And my sister gets up to see what the noise is, sees the same thing, and also stands there. Fiancé notices my absence and does the same. Mom eventually wakes up and finds us standing around like very confused zombies and almost joins the parade of baffled zombies before shrieking, "The water bill!" We got her a circulating water bowl after that. My parents don't have AC, but they have one of those fridge on top, pull-out freezer below fridges. Last summer we were remarking that we might need to shave her so she didn't get heat stroke, to which she looked up and made a disgusted noise at us. Then got up, used the dish rag to pull open the freezer, and climbed on top of the frozen vegetables, stretching out and sighing contentedly. Arwin, Mom began, but got interrupted by a loud "Wah!" from Arwin. "Okay, you can stay there for now, but we're getting you a kiddie pool, so you have to get out when we get back. Don't eat anything." She ate a bag of frozen green beans and farted for 3 days straight. Took her walking along the lake with the long leads, so she can sniff things to her heart's content. She went about shoving her head in the undergrowth, usually coming up with her head covered in leaves and pollen. Except for the bush where she came back with a 7-foot bull snake wrapping itself around her head and neck, trying its best to strangle her before she can eat it. She immediately ran back to me, the parts of her face not occupied with the snake arranged in a gleeful expression of, "Look, I found snacks." I screamed, not immediately recognizing that it wasn't a rattler, and fell, splitting my knee on a rock. The screaming made her let go of the snake, but I had to grab her and wrestle the snake off of her because it lacked the sense to just scuttle away. I finally got it loose from her, despite her best effort to continue trying to eat it, and turned around to fling it off the trail, and directly into the face of one of my 90-year-old neighbors who'd come out to see what the screaming and profanity was, making her collapse. "I'm sorry, but that's not your dog shenanigan for that last sentence." I'm pretty sure being told I accidentally threw a snake at my neighbor was the highlight of that EMT's day. Dottie was unharmed, but she still doesn't speak to me. What a shock. One day we left her in a harness and overhead tether in the, at the time, unfanced backyard. So she could enjoy some relatively free-range outdoors time. I walked by the window not a minute later to find her completely gone and race out to the yard to find her. Took me a good heart-pounding 5 minutes to realize the overhead tether was going up into the ancient silver maple, and I realized that 1, Arwin can apparently do something really weird with her shoulders where they pop out sideways, allowing her to bear hug the tree, and 2, climb a good 40 feet into the tree to fight. 3, a porcupine, which I didn't even know lived out there. Fortunately, porcupines weigh considerably less than Arwin, and she couldn't get a good enough foothold to get all the way up to it. But I still had to climb up there and lower her down, barking dog profanities at the porcupine the whole way. My parents recently acquired a mechanized recliner, which has been instrumental in Mom's hip surgery recovery. Except that Arwin also likes lounging on the furniture and is more than capable of hitting a large elder-friendly button with her paw. So now when she gets back from the walk or the dog park, she makes a beeline for the living room, gets in the recliner, and pushes the button until it's flat and stretches out on it. My parents didn't have a problem with this because she gets out of the chair when they ask her. Mom even tells her, "Go get my chair ready in winter," because she does a good job pre-warming it. Until last winter, when Arwin taught my dog Charlie, another devoted couch animal, how to do this. One afternoon, there was a tremendous outburst of barking and snarling from the living room, and we rushed in to find both dogs in the recliner, Charlie on the fully reclined back, and Arwin on the elevated seat and footrest, bellowing at each other for control of the recliner, their movements having pitched it back to its 2 hind feet. The device swaying to and fro like a leather-covered boat upon the high seas, a furry mutiny on board. Neither dog was willing to yield the plush throne, nor to listen to the humans yelling at them to knock it the hell off, until Arwin tackled the usurper, knocking him off and managing to cantilever the recliner clean over, flipping it into the hall, both dogs and all humans miraculously unharmed. She still doesn't let him sit in it. I love her so much. Evening reblog with additional shenanigan I just remembered. How far over time are we?
We are 14 minutes. We were sitting at 9 minutes and 30 seconds before you started, and I was like, oh, no, she's going for it. Okay, she's going for
You
it.
should have called me.
Yeah, but here we are.
One of the regulars at the dog park was an unfixed basset hound with an obnoxiously indifferent owner. Brad shows up pretty much to smoke weed and let Bojangles harass the other dogs, in spite of regular complaints about Bo starting fights and trying to mount every dog, leg, and toddler in sight. Oh gosh. One evening, Bo was particularly interested in Arwin, aggressively following her, nipping her heels and trying to mount her, even after her usual Wolverine-like snap and snarl, which has tended to discourage unwanted suitors before. Brad was too dang high to notice, as usual, but Mom knew that if Arwin actually bit Bo, Arwin would be the one in trouble and was trying to call her when Bo made yet another attempt, and Arwin finally had it. Instead of rightfully tearing his face off, Arwin instead did what Mom describes as a judo-style front flip that pulled Bo clean off the ground and threw him on his back, Arwin landing on her feet like a cat. Bo's stubby little legs didn't allow him to right himself before Arwin jumped on him, front paws slamming into his saggy basset balls, squatted over his face, and peed on him. Arwin, no! Howled my mother as nearly everyone else present laughed. But having made her point, Arwin daintily got off Bo and trotted to the gate, ready to go home. Bo yelped but got up and skulked away, only moderately bruised, carrying in the bench by Brad, who finally noticed something might be amiss. Mom remembers hearing, "Dude, why is my dog all wet?" right as they were leaving. Apparently no one told him what had happened, because Brad still brings Bo to the park, but Bo has much better manners now. I read this whole thing to my mom, and upon reading the end part, she was like, "Oh my god, our dog lady once flipped another dog, and I didn't know it was a thing that dogs could do." So there's that. Update. Arwin was at the vet's office for a checkup and daycare, and decided partway through the afternoon that the other two Kelpies were annoying her, but she didn't want to go inside to be kennelled for a nap, so she instead ninjaed her way onto the vet's roof, despite there being 3 people in the yard watching the dogs and no clear way up there. She had a pleasant hour of watching the vet staff trying to figure out how she did that, and how they were going to get her down, before Mom came to pick her up. "Arwin, get your furry butt down here." At which point Arwin obediently got down by jumping into a nearby tree that's technically inside a neighboring house's yard, shimmied down that like a bear, then walked out of their side yard and back around the block to come sit at Mom's feet, putting her paws up like she expected a treat. That tree is not accessible from the daycare yard. We still have no idea how she got up there. Shine on, you beautiful bitch.
We might have to stop so that Marci doesn't lose her voice.
Uh-huh. I have to be an elf tomorrow, so...
Oh, I was going to be like, at least today's Friday. Oh, wait, no, you...
I have to be an elf, and I'm going to be the cookies and hot chocolate elf.
This is a bad plan.
Because I don't think Lacey realizes I'm sick. But anyway...
This is a bad plan.
I'm going to try very, very hard not to let any children or parents catch me coughing. The end.
This is bad plan.
Yay.
Bad plan this is.
Okay, bye, Mom.
Your mom doesn't listen.
No, I'm calling your mom.
All right. Like Clint. Not McElroy. Mom understands.
I don't.
Bye, Mom.
Bye, Mom.